A very good evening to our esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen. I look around the stage and it gives me a sense of privilege to be in such august presence. It is with this privilege and honor that I introduce to you today our presiding officer and guest of honor, the very Right Reverend Monsignor Varghese Mattamana, Vicar General of the Ecclesiarchate of St. Ephraim, Ccci. Reverend Monsignor Varghese Mattamana is not another of the cuff priest. He has come from humble beginnings and has worked his way up within the Malankara Catholic Church. He holds an MBA from the coveted and prestigious St. Xavier's Institute of Management with a specialization in human resources. He is one of the few individuals that I can proudly say has put all his education and knowledge to serve for the betterment of our Catholic community. He has worked in prestigious roles across numerous social service organizations and also within the Malankara Catholic Church, to name a few. He has been the National Executive Director at Caritas India for over 10 years, and he is also a board member of Caritas Asia. He has played a pivotal role in Director Higher Education and Secretary Synodal Commission for the Development of the Malankara Catholic Church. He is also board member across a number of national NGOs. He is an elected member of the CCM India and GFA-TM, both national government decision-making bodies. He has worked as a consultant for the 11 5-year plan for the government of India. These are just a few of the many distinguished roles that he has held within the government of India. And in most recent years, he has been working relentlessly as our Vicar General, Corporate Manager, Procurator, Director of the Social and Health Apostolate of the Malankara Catholic Church. So it is fair to say that our dear Reverend Monsignor Varghese Mattamana is not just making a difference within the Malankara Catholic community, but also leaving his mark in the wider society. He works with a single-minded dedication for the development of the Catholic community and how we are perceived as Christians within our society. With many written publications and books under his belt, he is not only well-educated and well-read, but he is also a well-traveled individual both internationally and nationally. I was particularly impressed that the Reverend Monsignor Varghese Mattamana has not just traveled to over 50 countries, but that he has also traversed the length and breadth of our country. I don't think I have met anyone so far who can say that they have visited all the Indian states and over 500 of the districts within these states. So I stand here today and say very proudly that we have a rare gem of a priest in our midst today. He has embodied Christian values not just in faith but also in his actions. With these words, let me introduce our guest of honor, the very Right Reverend Monsignor Varghese Mattamana, today to all of you who have gathered here on this very special occasion at CCI. Thank you.
CCI to CCCI. Bishop Percy knows CCI very well, Catholic Council of India. From there we are moving to Christian Chamber of Commerce and Industries. Respected office bearers, chief guest, awardees, my dear friends, it's an honor and privilege to be part of this august gathering. I salute the awardees. I was sitting together with Captain Thomas Pinto, and I asked him, how many are there employed in your industry? He shared a number. You people may be offering job for more than that. I told him, I believe in a principle that more than being an employee, to be an employer, to provide jobs, to build the country, is greater than accumulating the money or assets. So simultaneously you are doing both. So the awardees, you did a great job. Today, Christian Chamber of Commerce recognized it, and I too salute you. Really marvelous. When Mr. John Matthew asked me to be present here, I was thinking, why a Catholic priest be present for the industrial thinking process and all. And finally I agreed to be present. When I did my master's in sociology, Mysore, I used to go to a restaurant occasionally. In those days, pocket was not that sound. So occasionally I used to go to a restaurant, and in their menu card it's written like this: don't compare Parkline with any other restaurants. Parkline is Parkline. So my submission here is very simple. Don't compare Christian Chamber of Commerce with any other entity in India. It has its own unique contribution to the nation. That's why I appreciate the members, office bearers, for their contribution. As I initially communicated that, you are building the nation. Once I attended a meeting organized by AusAid, Australian Aid Organization, together with their minister and all. We were discussing on climate change. One among them asked me, why church is on climate change? I told him, I am not a technical expert to explain it, but I know only one thing. The intensity of calamities are increasing, and the frequency of calamities are also increasing. The poor are affected. That's a concern of Catholic Church to address this matter. Similarly, the turbulence in the field of business due to political unrest, whether it's promoted by a country or many countries, a large number of countries are affected. There is a real turbulence in the field of production. Financial crisis is there. When we say India is shining, one of our awardees shared that, during the time of welcome address, he shared that we have to tap the opportunities. I recently visited one of the interior villages of India. It's in Jharkhand, Kumti district, Thorpa village, Thorpa block headquarters. From there, little interior, 14 kilometers only. No roads, no telephone facility, no education facility. To fetch the ration, they have to travel at least 14 kilometers. That also is available once in 14 days. This is the India where we live, not only Bombay. Lot of advertisements are there. India is shining. We are building the nation. The budget will be this much in future, like that. But the reality is slightly different. The reality is slightly different. To change the actual reality to the dreamed reality, we have a great role to play. We have a great role to play. There is an industrialist in Kerala, owner of Wonderla, Chitlapalli. I heard about him that he never evaded any tax which is due for the government. But his staff members are getting the best salary which a similar industry can offer. He is growing, flourishing. Why you people are into the industrial sector? There is a value addition. A set of values drives you. A set of values of ethics drives you. That motivates you to survive, sustain, develop, and contribute. Wish you all the best. God bless you. Have a nice evening.